So with being in the wedding industry 8 years, I've learned my fair share of do's and don'ts of flat lays, especially wedding flat lays. I remember this one very vividly because of how horrible it was. Just as an example, I showed up and this was like, oh, I don't know, like 6 or 7 years ago. So like right when I was getting into the wedding industry. And I remember going into this bridal suite. Wasn't much of a suite, we all start somewhere. This was at a La Quinta, so naturally the walls were like this bright yellow, orangish, and the carpet was like this brown with like some red streaks in it. Anyway, I remember walking in and thinking and doing my research beforehand because all of a sudden I had seen these, like big time photographers taking these pictures of what looked like all of just like the bride and groom details in one picture, and it was like, oh, like that was the thing to do. So I was like, okay, I can do this. So walk in there, see that, I didn't even notice because this was right when I started, didn't even notice that the walls were neon colors and it was gonna cast onto my flat lays, but that's beside the point. I saw that there was one little teeny window, and as wedding photographers, we know that like we have to go to that one window. We are like flies that go straight to the light. So all of the makeup artists were around this one little window, and I was like, that's the window that I need to shoot this picture in. So I collected all the bridal details. I'm pretty sure she didn't know what I was doing, aside from the point. I grab them and I'm going back and I'm looking at the carpet because that was what I was gonna put, all of the stuff on to take my picture. And I was like, I can't take a picture, like her colors are teal. I can't take one with a red and brown carpet. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ask a bridesmaid for one of her dresses because it's gonna match. So asked the maid of honor, for her dress, and took it over to the sun and or the window, laid it out on the floor, and threw down all of my details. Just made sure everyone, could be seen in this picture I was about to take. And I'm about to take it and my little nifty 50 on just couldn't get it. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to stand on the bed, the white bed. So stand up on the bed, take this picture. I'm pretty sure everyone thinks I'm a crazy person. And I'm like, nice, this is gonna look so good in my portfolio. I clean up my, all of the bridal details, and I pick up the dress from the floor, and there is like this really deep pink red like lipstick and dark bronzed powder on the backside of this bridesmaid's dress. I literally wanted to fire myself right then and there and just go home. Like I could not recover from this. And that was when I was like, you know what, okay, there has to be a better way. And there is so many better ways. And that's why I feel like someone just needs to come out and teach it. Because whether you're going to sell your pictures, or sorry, not sell your pictures, sell your products on Etsy, or give your brides just these beautiful elevated wedding flat lays, we need to cover, you can start from the basics of what you need to be bringing to your weddings to set you up for success. Then we're gonna go over lighting, we're gonna go over styling, we're gonna go over actual photography, camera settings. We're gonna go through it all so that you don't have to make the same mistakes that I